Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel, and a Ripple customer says that XRP is better than Bitcoin for retail use. How about that? I agree. I'm going to run through this article. I've also got a tweet I want to share from the XRP community. I'll wrap up the video with this so lovely piece from Cointelegraph. That actually was sarcasm. I don't know if you could detect that. Maybe not. Game of nodes. Who will win the digital throne? And I'm going to tell you up front, this piece really grinds my gears. But before we get into all of that fun stuff, if you would please delicately tap the like button. And if you're a fan of Ripple and XRP, go ahead and subscribe to the Moon Lambo channel so that your life will have meaning. Okay, let's go ahead and jump into this piece now. Zago, a Cape Town-based fintech firm, recently announced its custom-built crypto exchange and XRP gateway based on the Ripple ledger. And indeed, I did report on that when it first came out, which is awesome news. The aim of the exchange is to build a new retail payment network using blockchain technology, one which would enable retailers to settle their payments faster and more efficiently using their existing hardware. The firm is also focusing on creating liquidity for XRP in every country they are expanding to. That is rather substantial. Focusing on creating liquidity for XRP. Anyway, Jürgen Kuhnel, CEO and co-founder of Zago, recently spoke to a media outlet and discussed the decision to create an XRP-centered exchange, Bitcoin, and Zago's intention to focus on the African market. During the interview, Kuhnel noted that the decision to develop an XRP-focused exchange was mainly because Bitcoin was not well suited for retail needs. And here's a quote from him. "We love Bitcoin and also love what Bitcoin stands for, but for retail payments, Bitcoin in its current form is not suited to the task. The purpose of our exchange is to build liquidity for XRP in the countries we will be expanding to." And then the article continues. He noted that XRP, with its low transaction fees and instant transaction confirmations, aligned perfectly with Zago's goal of making retail payments more efficient, adding that the decision was made only after positive feedback from the market. This makes a lot of sense, doesn't it? So rather than utilizing Bitcoin, which is a glorified prototype which belongs in a museum, that probably offends the Bitcoin maximalists listening. But I say it, I'm teasing it a little bit, but I am not a maximalist of any coin. I appreciate what Bitcoin has done, paving the way for distributed ledger technology and cryptocurrencies. It's not as though I think low of it. Not as a whole. I'm just acknowledging the fact, because I'm a realist, just the cold hard fact that Bitcoin doesn't do anything. It has zero utility, unless you consider store value to be utility, which, okay, fine, it is technically, but if that's the only thing that something can do, here's the problem. All you can do is create bubbles with that, like Tulip Mania. The staying power of that quote-unquote store of value, there won't be staying power. In the same way that tulip bulbs were not able to maintain, because think about it, why? So tulip bulbs, people decided they had value, and then a bubble was created hundreds of years ago, and then it crashed. So why didn't that have staying power? Because tulip bulbs don't do anything. Okay, that's pretty much it. That literally is pretty much it. Anyway, I don't want to get too hard on topic here. Anyway, where did I just leave? All right, so he noted that XRP, with its low transaction fees and... Oh, did I just read that part? I'm sorry here. This is so unprofessional of Moon Lambo. You should just unsubscribe. No, please don't do that. I need you. I'll just read through it. He noted that XRP, with its low transaction fees and instant transaction confirmations, aligned perfectly with Zago's goal of making retail payments more efficient, adding that the decision was made only after positive feedback from the market. The Zago platform would also make use of unstructured supplementary service data, USSD, to verify users and allow mobile payment services using mobile numbers and PIN codes. The mobile payment services are expected to be launched in early 2020 and would allow for cross-border payments, retail payments, and peer-to-peer payments as well. Kuhnel also hinted that the mobile payment system could be utilized for uses beyond XRP payments. For the time being, however, it will be XRP, and he said, quote, "We are utilizing the XRP ledger and need XRP liquidity for our system to function, but do not see a future for XRP payments alone." And that's fine. Expand out into whatever the hell else makes sense, and the market will want what it wants, right? And so it'll all be figured out. Anyway, Kino also shared his thoughts on Facebook's Libra cryptocurrency, stating that Libra is great and it just showed governments and banks of the world how big the concept of cryptocurrency is, he added. With Facebook's massive user base, Libra could skyrocket to become the stable currency of the world and become a competition to fiat USD. And I will say I do not share that opinion. I do not believe that Libra, if it were actually launched, I do not believe that, because Libra cannot exist without fiat currencies. It is backed by fiat currency. So when people say that it would compete with fiat, only potentially those outside of the little basket of goods that's backing it. But that's kind of the case in the real world today. Like you could look at it in such a way that every fiat currency is competing with another. And of course it is true indeed that typically, and depending on what country you're living, whatever fiat currency is used, that's probably what you're going to be using. So if it is the case, if you're making the case that it could supplant, Libra would supplant whatever cryptocurrencies are used outside of the basket of fiat currencies that are backing it, that could start to make a little bit of sense, perhaps. But again, it won't eliminate any actual fiat currency that is backing Libra will not go away, or else Libra wouldn't have value. Plain and simple. Anyway, he also went on to claim that even if Libra is approved and becomes the global stablecoin, in terms of retail adoption and providing solutions, XRP would trump Libra in the long run. He explained, quote, "Each transaction burns around 0.000012 XRP, and therefore supply is continually getting diminished. Because Libra is backed by assets that will continually issue more and more coins as the demand increases, and effectively keeping the cost at $1, so to speak. A truly borderless currency can't be based on assets that sit within borders. Therefore, in my opinion, XRP would prove to be a better solution in the long run." And that's a fair point, so I tend to agree with this guy overall. Anyway, Zego is planning to revamp the retail payments model with the help of blockchain technology and XRP Ledger. The firm went live only a couple of weeks ago, but has planned business expansion to 5 other countries in the near future. Ooh, liquidity pools, I love you. XRP liquidity pools, will you marry me? All right, check out this tweet from Nicolas. Is this the official NFL place kicker of XRP? We got to get him on board somehow. And Nico tagged a bunch of XRP community members, including yours truly, Moon Lambo. And here you go, contract extension, Josh Lambo, kicker. That is an awesome last name. I wish my last name were Lambo. Sadly, it is not. That'd be something. What if you never knew, like, hey, he says his first name, he never says his last name. What if it was actually out there the whole time and my name is Matt Lambo? That would be something. It is not the case, but that would be something. What an awesome name. Yeah, you gotta jump on board, man. Anyway, just say it. Anyway, thank you for taking me. I do appreciate it. And the last piece here, which really grinds my gears. Game of Nodes. Who Will Win the Digital Throne by J.D. Salbego. Can I just jump down to the part about XRP? Because look at this. I do not subscribe to the concept of there's going to be one coin to rule them all, this or that. And so, and if you do, okay, super duper, you're wrong. You're absolutely wrong. There are going to be multiple cryptocurrencies that have staying power. But let's just jump down and see what they have to say about Ripple. They should have just written XRP, but they're talking, the Ripple, the company, is here now. It's just, man, this is like making my head spin when I read this earlier. So check this out. Ripple has been around since 2012 and is a digital payment network. It's a closed system used to transact any form of fiat, including the United States dollar, the yen, and others. The platform utilizes the cryptocurrency known as XRP. And indeed, RippleNet, it's fair to call it a closed system. It's perfectly fair. XRP is separate from RippleNet. Conceptually, certainly. It can be used within RippleNet, anyway. Like the very popular and exotically beautiful Daenerys, who broke chains, saved thousands of slaves, Ripple doesn't have a blockchain and has liberated distributed finance from the shackles of blockchain technology, but not to the fullest scope. So it looks like they're conflating Ripple and XRP. That's right, Ripple doesn't have a blockchain. Not a cryptocurrency. That's what they meant by it, right? A cryptocurrency utilizing blockchain. No, they don't. Ripple is a company. It is not a cryptocurrency. Oh my God, this is going to go downhill. It's more of a, and that continues, it's more of a distributed finance system, and some even say it's not decentralized enough. Okay, if you're talking about RippleNet, like, what do you mean? Like, it's software from a company, okay, and it's a network. Oh my God, I'm just going to keep reading. I think those naysayers are as right as the show creators were who said the last Game of Thrones season was the best one. The patented Ripple protocol consensus algorithm replaces mining by implementing a unique distributed consensus mechanism wherein the nodes participate in a poll to determine the validity of a transaction. And I read through that, and am I actually missing something? Because admittedly, I don't know everything, but the patented Ripple protocol consensus algorithm, look, XRP utilizes a consensus algorithm, yes, and that's what replaces proof of work, and it solves the double spend problem simply by agreeing upon an order in which transactions occur. That's it, in a nutshell. That's what the consensus algorithm is. It's decentralized. Nobody owns it. So, patented Ripple protocol consensus. Maybe they're referencing something I don't know, but if they're talking about the consensus algorithm, if there is a patent, please bring that to my attention. Maybe I am just unaware, but that doesn't make a damn bit of sense to me. I've never heard anything of the sort. Bizarre. Anyway, as Daenerys liked to drop the cloth and highlight her key visual features, mesmerizing her foes into defeat, so does the Ripple protocol. Ripple has been able to flaunt its speed and costs on a regular basis to woo banks into submission. This sounds really stupid, doesn't it? I'm sorry, no offense to the... I'm not actually trying to offend the author, but it just... my gut reaction there. It's much faster than the previous two protocols and can handle up to 1,500 transactions per second with a transaction time of around 3 to 5 seconds. Presently, RippleNet is one of the most scalable digital assets. Okay, RippleNet is not a digital asset. It literally is not a digital asset. Oh my God, this is why I said it's grinding my gears. My gears are getting so ground up right now. It's not cool. And then he writes, surpassing 200 global customers in January of 2019. So this is somebody that wrote an article about this and seems to have not researched it. Based on the things written here... my guess, if I had to make an educated guess here, is that they got all of their facts here, quote-unquote facts, from Tonevase and other Bitcoin maximalists. That's pretty much it. Maybe Max Kaiser was in there, who knows? And that's it. And so you just read the FUD that you see within the Bitcoin community about XRP, because they don't like XRP, down with banks, down with government, and just write up an article now without any facts. My God, just do you have the Googles with your interwebs? Like, do you have that? Utilize it. Find facts. It can be done. And so I don't really want to read through all of this stuff. I did want to rip apart that because that was just stupid. Like that, it makes no damn sense. So this is clearly an individual that just doesn't have an understand of how XRP is utilized as a bridge currency, doesn't understand the difference between Ripple and XRP, doesn't know what RippleNet is, yet has opinions about it and wrote an article. Is that fair? Is that a fair assessment? Everybody said yes, except for that one Bitcoin maximalist watching this video right now. Everybody else said yes. Right? That's it for this video. You can tell me what you think below. I am not a financial advisor. Do not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo!